it's Julia Keller, juliakeller.co.uk. So, today I want to talk to you about something that women do that often they get waylaid in their journey for that perfect man. And think about this yourself. I want you to just close your eyes for a minute and I want you just to think. Does this resonate with you? Do you find that you go for the first bidder and not necessarily the best bidder? So you're not, or maybe even rather, you go for one of a few bidders rather than holding out for the bidder that you really want. I think one of the things that happens to us women often is we get distracted. We have this journey that we're on as far as love. So, but we get distracted. We have this idea, we want to get married, we want to have kids, we want to have this wonderful romantic life, this amazing relationship. But somewhere along the way, we get distracted by the whole thing. I mean, there are things that distract us that should distract us. For example, our own priorities for ourselves. Now that is very important and that should be your distraction. That should be first. Somewhere along the line of all those distractions, some women come to a point where they're at that age, and you'll know if I'm talking to you and you're there. They're at that age and they're feeling like that biological clock is starting to tick louder and louder and louder. Now, for me, I felt that biological clock ticking when I was in my early 20s. I knew I wanted to have babies, I wanted to have kids, I wanted to have a family by the time I was 30. And it ticked, and so what happened, what did I do? I went and found the best bidder for my hand in marriage because I knew I wanted to get married. I wanted to have children, and I wanted it all to happen by the time I was 30. So I had a deadline for myself. Now, what happened several years later, the same bells were ringing. I've had my 2 kids, I've had my life, but I found that rather than having the life that I wanted, I actually got distracted by the best match for me at the time, but maybe not the best match for my life. And so, not surprisingly, some years later, I was getting divorced. I have no regrets, and in fact, I have 2 beautiful children, a lovely lifestyle thanks to that marriage. But lots of women, they get the closer you get to those end of years of that biological clock, so the closer, I find it all the time with my clients, the closer that women get to their 40s, the more they start to feel like, oh my God, time is ticking away. I need to find the best bidder right now. And so what happens, and it's not only, by the way, with their biological clock, because I see it in women in their 50s as well, who are either on the second round or they realize they never did the first round properly and maybe they didn't want to have kids, but they actually do want to have that partner. You start to get to this point where you start to get that word that we all hate to hear. You start to get desperate. And so rather than valuing yourself and thinking, I am an amazing woman and I have the life that I want anyway, I'm enjoying my moment, I'm enjoying what I'm doing, I'm enjoying things, you start to think, I am desperate to have a man. Any man, some man, somewhere. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? And you start getting to this point of desperation so that you forget about all the things you like to do. Your gym, you're maybe going traveling somewhere, your activities that you enjoy, and you start to think, where are the men going to be? And you know you have that intensity of like, oh my God, where is he? And you get this hunger and this intensity and this need that is very obvious. It's obvious to your friends and probably it's obvious to him, to all those men out there. And so what happens is that normally you were that cool, happening woman, you had the job figured out, you had stuff going on, everything was going kind of well. You get to that point of desperation and you start to forget about all those cool things about you because you start to feel like, where is my man? Why has he not come? This is true whether you're on the second round, whether you're on the first round, whether it's your biological clock or whatever it is that's making you feel lonely. And it's very natural. And I'm going to tell you, it's okay. I don't want you to beat yourself up about it because it's okay. We all have a momentary moment of lapse, including me. As a love coach, I also have my moments. Like, why, I went through my moments. Why has the right guy not come along? Why, why are things not working out? What is my pattern? We all go through it. It's okay. The thing I want to tell you is don't settle. Just because you are on that place of I really want my man. That doesn't mean that you should take any man. I want you to instead use that energy, and I want you to read this book, and I want you to go into, I think it's chapter, somewhere in the middle of the book, there's a chapter called the Magic List, okay? I want you to create that list of your ideal man. Whether you find it here, or you find it through my one-to-one coaching, or you find it through my online self-study program, which is launching in a couple of weeks, I want you to create that list. And I have a list system that I created that really works. And I want you to take that list and throw it into the universe. And just use that desperation to pray, to meditate, to visualize, to imagine whatever it is that works for you. To really focus on what you want, but to let it go into the universe. So let's say you're going on dating rampage, because a lot of my clients come in and they've been dating, they're on every dating site and they're dating everybody, and nobody's the right person. That is your hint to slow down that whole turmoil, that whole tornado of dating that you have. Slow down, take a breath, allow yourself to really see the people in front of you and enjoy the process of dating. Be you, go to the places where you want to be. Do the activities that you enjoy doing. And if you're sitting here and you're thinking, I don't really like doing anything except for sitting in front of the TV, well then it might be time to develop some new activities. But don't just go to places because your ideal man will be there. Because you know what? Your ideal man, if you do this list, will be where you are. He will be where you are. And you have to just have faith that he will come. Which means that you don't settle with the guy that really feels wrong. And it even means that you don't settle with the guy that feels, I'm not sure, it doesn't really feel right. You hold out for the guy that feels like, yeah, there's something about this guy. This guy has potential. Yeah, I can feel this. This can work. Because you will have many options that come in your way to waylay you, to distract you, to get in your path, to be stones on the ground that you can be like, oh, well, I wanted the butterfly, but ooh, that's a pretty little rock over there, and ooh, that's an interesting looking flower. I still want the butterfly, but oh, well, that's green over there. Is that like a leaf? Like, what is that? You know, I want the butterfly, but wow, we're all going to have those things come in our path. And I'm not saying I want you to date. I want you to be out there. I want you to give people a chance. I want you to get to know many men. Because by getting to know many men, one of those might be the right guy. Or if he's not the right guy, he might have a friend or a sister or a cousin who just finished dating some guy whose brother or friend or cousin knows some guy or whatever it is. You know what I mean? There's all these connections. You will come upon him. You have to have faith. You have to believe, and you have to just hold your breath and say, like, this is going to work out. It's all going to be, I can tell you a million stories of people that I know, clients, friends, relatives, loads of people that have been through that moment. They've had the desperation and they let it go. And what came into their path was that incredible person that they've been waiting for. And I am guilty of not waiting, of taking the shiniest object in the way. And very often that shiniest object is a disappointment. And that's why I'm here warning you to do it differently. This is why I teach women to start with, in this book, in my one-to-one coaching, in my self-study program, which is launching very soon, which is a fraction of my one-to-one coaching. I teach you to start with you. Part 1, work on yourself. Make yourself happy in the moment that you're in. I'm not trying to tell you that you shouldn't go out there and find that man. You should. You absolutely should. But you should start with being happy with you. And you're never going to be completely ready, completely 100% happy, and we get older, so things happen. But I want you to start with that deep self-love and self-belief that you are worthy, that you are great, that you are beautiful, that you are a wonderful woman worthy of love, unique and exceptional in your own way. Because we all are. And if in any way you feel less adequate, less beautiful, less anything, you know what? That's where we work together. That's the work that I do with women. We start with you. I help you work on you. I do it with my weight control work. I do it with my femininity work. I do it with my defining your image work, all of it. And I do it with my coaching and my hypnotherapy and my NLP. all of it together. We help to work on you. And then we move on to the next bit, which is letting the universe attract this person to you. And then the next bit, which is where we take your energy and all that excitement and all that hope and we send you out there, but knowing what you're worth so that you don't settle for someone that's not worth you. Because you know what? Every single man who thinks you're better and you're so amazing will be after you. Of course they will. But that doesn't mean that you have to settle for them. And if you're feeling like you have a very small number of bidders, and so that's why you're settling very quickly for the one that notices you, that's when you contact me. Call me for that, sign up for that free 30-minute session and talk to me about this. I will help you along. So, I'm going to leave you with that. This is my book, Attract Authentic Love. If you go to my website, juliakeller.co.uk, you sign up for a free call with me. You can take advantage of my free gift if you're not already on our newsletter. Check out my social media. All the details are below. And I encourage you to contact us, info@juliakeller.co.uk, to get any information that you need. We are here to help you. We're here to serve you. I'm here to help you believe in love again and to love yourself better, because it starts with that. Bye.